How to accelerate human evolution. Paramahansa Yogananda. Is it possible, in the span of a single lifetime, to acquire all the wisdom that many human beings have gradually obtained in the school of life? There are countless things to know. How could the human brain, in a single lifetime, grasp all this knowledge and wisdom? When I met Luther Burbank, he showed me a walnut tree and said, "I have reduced the normal growth period of this tree by more than 100 years. I have made it reach this stage in 12 years." And there was the tree full of walnuts, clearly visible. Burbank also developed many other plant innovations, including a series of thornless cacti.
In primitive times, many animals used to eat cacti, and so the plant developed thorns. When one life begins to harm another, the dominated life develops resources to defend itself. Every day, Burbank would go to the garden, look at the cactus, and say, "Please, beloved cactus, I am Luther Burbank, your friend. I do not wish to harm you. I will never harm you. So why have thorns?" And thus, after 16 years of exhaustive experiments, the thornless cactus developed through conversation, loving care, and understanding the laws of nature.
You can imprint certain vibrations into protoplasm. If one can make a walnut tree grow in 12 years instead of 150, there is also the possibility for human beings to accelerate their evolution. Could a person develop in the span of 60 years, becoming a center of all knowledge? This is what I wish to demonstrate.
Material progress and spiritual progress. The world is shrinking. Every day it becomes smaller thanks to advances in transportation. Soon we may have to travel to other planets if we will seek an exciting journey. Electricity reaches any point in seconds. Why could we not do the same if we are conductors of electricity?
Man is progressing in many ways, accomplishing tasks more rapidly. Evolution has accelerated through the adoption of better methods in business, transportation, and mass production machinery. Consider the time once spent in manual weaving. A great volume of labor has been reduced with modern machines, and evolution has quickened thanks to more efficient methods of work. Machinery allows mass production, saving labor. But what machine could weave lives with complete success? Mechanics arose from the human mind's factory. If man has accelerated evolution in business, he also has the capacity to do so in every sector of life, including his inner life. The first step, if you wish to improve external conditions, is to find your true vocation. By communing with the divine cosmic vibration in meditation, you will be guided to your goal. You will be directed to what you should do. Focus on this vocation, become competent. Many people try different types of work without truly mastering any. You cannot learn everything about every field. Therefore, learn everything you can in your chosen path. There is a great difference between the methods of study used by Indian teachers and Western methods. Often, the Western approach consists merely of injecting ideas into children's mind. No one asks what the person truly knows. Rather, how many books have you read? How many teachers have you had? A man graduated from university with a PhD in extracting sugar from different fruits. When asked if it was possible to make sugar from guava, he pondered deeply and replied, "I did not study that, as it was not in the curriculum." This university-trained robot was unable to apply common sense. Knowledge is not gained by mere injection. The capacity and breadth of intuitive receptivity determine how quickly and how much one can learn. Those who possess receptivity perceive everything rapidly. An intelligent person lives far ahead of those whose minds are undeveloped. All your experiences depends on the quality and extent of your receptivity. We can overcome limitations. Psychologists say that most habits are hereditary. It was once thought that people born with a mental illness could not be helped. Some scientists make assessment and too readily accept the label of heredity. But the fact is that man can accelerate his evolution by awakening his brain cells. The receptive power of neurons is so immense that a person can receive and absorb all knowledge he desires within an average lifetime. A scientist or even an ordinary person can progress far more by concentrating on increasing the receptivity and quality of his neurons than by relying heavily on books and university studies.
It is not true that brain cells cannot be reprogrammed. Since God made us in His image, we cannot be inherently limited, and this truth can be discovered if we probe the depths of our being. When we realize our divine nature as souls, we know that the divine power shines equally in coal and in diamond. Dark minds like coal cannot reflect the sun of wisdom, unlike minds that shine like diamonds. Every congenital limitation arises from a violation of divine law committed by man in some past time. What is done can be undone. If the neurons of a mentally ill person are awakened by the spotlight of introspection, he will reveal his intelligence, previously eclipsed, as a healthy mind does.
How to accelerate evolution? How can evolution be accelerated? By consciously using the power of concentration to condense all your experiences. First of all, Concentration focuses attention on a single point. Condensing means using focused attention to accomplish rapidly something that would normally take much time. Potentially, all knowledge is within you. Why imitate others? Do not behave as an intellectual repetition machine. Every human being represents infinite power and should manifest it in everything he does. Whenever you wish to create something new or different, do not rely solely on external sources for guidance or help. Conduct a deep introspection and seek direction from the infinite source. Everything achieved through inspiration, from methods of business success to musical vibration, thoughts, and literary works, is recorded in God's office.
First, analyze what you truly wish to accomplish. Ask for divine help to direct you toward the correct actions through which your desire will be fulfilled. Then introspect. Act according to the inner guidance received, and you will find what you seek. Do not place all your concentration on external activities, nor act randomly. Begin everything from within, whatever it may be, writing or any other endeavor. When you feel you are on the right path, then focus on external effort to realize the idea. Concentration, when guided by divine power, leads directly to success. I always begin from the inside out, never from the outside in. All the musical instruments I play, I learned this way. I was too proud to accept a teacher and thought, the first man who studied music learned from no one. Why cannot I do the same?
I repeat, start from within, not from without. This is how anyone can acquire the experience of many years in a short time. You do not need to know the contents of every library book. You do not need to know everything. Poetry, music, science, every form of knowledge comes from the inner source, the unlimited soul. How could you discover, in the brief span of human life, all the mysteries of the body and the trillions of divine mysteries if you do not use the inner omniscient source? Whenever you wish to know something, introspect and focus. Then, when the mind is receptive, present the data and begin mental work or problem solving. Do not become discouraged. Do not become discouraged, thinking it cannot be done. The rest of the world begins with books and external methods. You must begin by enhancing the receptivity of your intuition. From within you lies the infinite thirst for all knowledge. Calmness, concentration, and the condensation of experiences through intuitive perception will make you a master of all knowledge. When the mind is calm, you perceive everything with speed, grace, and beauty. success in all things will come swiftly, for cosmic power can be proven through the application of the right law.